Hope everyone had a great lunch. We are running behind schedule a bit here, but I think it's because of some really interesting and passionate discussions. These conversations can take weeks, months, right? And we're trying to compress it all into 2 days. And so thank you so much for the discussions. We had a wonderful workshop earlier talking about partnerships between industry and institutions. And the challenges around that, the headwinds, and how we can overcome those challenges. Just as we had a keynote this morning, we're going to have just for the afternoon special remarks, and I'll just go through really briefly here. Architect Sonny Echono, OON, which is Order of the Niger, is the Executive Secretary of Nigeria's Tertiary Education Fund, which funds practically most of the universities in Nigeria. So a lot of the vice chancellors here get their funding from the Tertiary Education Fund. So it's a prominent position in Nigeria. He is recognized for his transformative leadership and just institutional acumen in the realm of education, with a career spanning several decades. He was also permanent secretary in the Ministry of Education. His appointment was by the former president, Muhammad Buhari, in 2022. So it's a key position. I do know lots of governors go to visit in order to talk about the needs of education in their states. Education is really important in the country of Nigeria. It's important to youth around the world. Obviously, there's a huge demand for education, and so as you can imagine, it's a very prominent and respected. And we're so glad and honored to have him join us. He would have been here in person, but for some changes in plan, but he did offer to dial in, and so we're going to transfer over here to him on Zoom and just get some opening remarks, and then after that, we'll then go into our first panel. So thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Moderator. I bring you very warm felicitations from Nigeria, and I want to apologize for not being with you in person. As you indicated, at very last minute, I had to defer to some presidential directives. But we are well represented. I'm sure there are a couple of 5 to 6 vice chancellors of universities from Nigeria that are with you. And I want to thank particularly the organizers of this conference for affording us the opportunity to deliberate on issues around innovation across Africa and what we are trying to do on our campuses to bring this about. So in a nutshell, we were like building from scratch in the sense that data had always been a problem with our country in terms of the currency as well as the reliability of data. So what we did in our ICT roadmap was to help our tertiary institutions create a database of our students as well as our teaching staff, so we can plan and be able to target them and provide services and other learning resources to them for research and for teaching. And this we did through what we call our Beneficiary Identity Management System, BIMS. Currently, we have over 2 million students and faculty on this platform, and we plan to increase it in the next 1 year to about 4 million. We have an approximate number of about 5 million currently enrolled, so we want to be able to target at least 4 million within the next 6 months. The others will come in within the private institutions, because our primary focus are publicly owned institutions, that's those owned by the federal government as well as our state governments. And this platform enables us to deliver essential and critical digital services and resources to this catchment of our population. As I said, to give impetus to this, we created a platform we call UTERAS, the Tertiary Education Research, Applications and Services Platform. And this platform enables TechFund, the organization I lead, to deliver targeted interventions in digital resources, such as expo, research journals. We have ebooks, we have sponsored mobile internet services. We are also providing digital literacy training and certification using modules like ICDL. and communication skills, as well as Blackboard technology. So many things we are aggregating and putting them on this platform and making it accessible to make it easy for our students to access them. We are improving broadband penetration in our institutions. We are extending fiber to each campus, and we are also providing even the data packs to students so they can access this without having to pay for them. At the fund, we also recognize that the future is technology, and leveraging on ICT will not only be able to expand access, but also improve quality of the education we deliver to our future generations. And that is why we are with you. We are here, we are trying to collaborate, and we are opening up discussions on ways to improve productivity and communication skills. And we hope in the coming months to be able to provide interventions with our Learn to Earn. Again, I'm sure that is something we'll be discussing a great deal at this conference. We want to be able to afford students the opportunity while they are learning in school to also be able to earn some income and make it easier to see themselves through school. And more importantly, our OBIS programs, we want to be able to also get our students involved and to get this valuable certified technology and recognitions or proficiency certification, so they'll be able to also improve themselves in life. We are here to providing global citizens who will be competitive anywhere across the globe, and that is why we are looking forward to this partnership. And I wish you very fruitful deliberations as you go forward. I thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Executive Secretary. We have a couple of leaders here, our keynote speaker, ask one question, and then maybe we have one other leader here ask a question, just to make it a little bit interactive, and then we'll go over to the panel. But we're really honored and very thankful for the opportunity for you to talk to us about the initiatives that are taking place currently within Nigeria. In our conversations, we talked about how Nigeria is this hotbed of education and how people who leave from Nigeria and come here really do very well. And so seeing that the changes are occurring and your support, we're really thankful for that. And also being honored by the presence of leaders of universities here at Harvard with their presence, the discussions we've had over the workshops, being able to implement that requires significant partnership with you, Executive Secretary. And so we're so thankful to have you here joining us remotely. So Gene Wade was our keynote speaker, and we're going to just make it a little bit interactive. One question from Gene.
So my name is Gene Wade. I'm an entrepreneur here in the United States, education entrepreneur, and a graduate of law school here at Harvard. So the question I have is, what do you think the biggest opportunities are for innovation in higher education in the near term in Nigeria?
In terms of opportunities, as I say, it's almost a greenfield in the sense that nearly every aspect of our roadmap is uncovered. We are looking at issues around content. We are even looking at issues around infrastructure. But more importantly, we want to also be able to access learning resources online. We want to be able to share those resources across board through our what we call beneficiary institutions. We are promoting a hybrid mode of education in our country today, because we know we are never going to be able to provide enough classrooms to accommodate everyone on campus. So we also want to encourage people to do distance learning, to do online programs, and also for the conventional institutions to also do both of them. So we are talking about extending broadband infrastructure to our institutions. We are also looking at the digital content and the resources that we'll be able to share across board. And we'll have a lot of partnerships going on. Anthology, with the owners of the Blackboard MLS are working with us to be able to do this. And we're putting over 261 institutions on that platform, so we can share some of these resources across board. But it's almost a greenfield that nearly every sector there are opportunities for growth. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We have one more question. This is Professor Gerard Robinson, former Commissioner of Education from Florida and Secretary of Education for the Commonwealth of Virginia.
Thank you for joining us. What can we do from both the government side and the partnership with business to help you with the work you're doing. We had a lot of great conversations today. In the US, there's often a block between business and government. The two have to come together. What's some of your advice on recommendations? Thanks.
Thank you very much. Indeed, we've been working very hard to try and forge partnerships, particularly between business and our academia, because we have the triple, some call it the quadruple helix currently, where we're trying to see how we can collaborate, particularly in the area of research and development. We believe we can share even the hand-holding that is required to improve the contribution of the academia to our economy. But Nigeria has one of the lowest rates of investments from the private sector in our academic community currently. We want to be able to upstage that. That will require us forging partnerships, creating programs, developing products and services, or undertaking research that is relevant to industry, that can be converted into goods and services. So you have a win-win situation. So we're trying to cut the private sector. We are also trying to attract, if you like, particularly in the ICT sector, major companies to come and establish, if you like, their presence on our campuses. So they will not only produce future, if you like, leaders in their companies, but also be able to market their products and teach people how to improve on those products in terms of their offerings, how to, if you like, provide after-sales service. So we want American companies that produce some of these products that are consumed by us to have their footprints here in country. So when we have any challenges in terms of product repairs or upgrades and so on, we should have local content and be able to, and there's a policy that gives them a lot of protection and incentives to be able to do that, because they'll be able to repatriate their earnings and they'll also get some kind of domestic preferences when we look at our procurement laws. So we want to encourage American companies to come in here, establish, and also partner with our institutions. We've encouraged all our institutions to forge these collaborations and partnerships with sister institutions, and I'm aware that so many of them going on out there. Our principal focus, as I said, is on innovation, entrepreneurship, promoting employability for our graduates, also producing graduates that will be globally competitive, meaning that they can also work anywhere else, because we have a very young population out here. More than 60% of our population are below the age of 25. And we are aware that all across the globe, the reverse is the case. We're having aging of population. And so the future, if you like, manpower are going to be coming from Africa and a little bit from Asia and so on. So we need to prepare them to take up that responsibility and to provide that service. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you again, Executive Secretary, for joining this conference. We've really had some really impassioned and well thought, broad covering discussions, and being able to have you come in and give us special remarks all the way from Africa, in the heart of Africa, Abuja, Nigeria, is really a deep honor. So we want to thank you so much. And now we're going to go to the second panel, but quick round of applause for Executive Secretary.
Thank you very much. Pleasure is mine.
Thank you.